I think NYU is the kind of place where those dreams, those ideas, those visions that made you want to be a lawyer can be held on to while you're going through law school.
NYU students have not only a wonderful legal education, but a wonderful time. That is distinct.
Whether it's public interest or private practice, they're phenomenally good lawyers, and they give back to society that way.
I think there's a rare entrepreneurial spirit in this law school, that we're ready to take on the next challenge.
NYU Law School did not come into existence to serve the children of the elites. It served to bring the children of immigrants into the elite of the legal world.
40% of my class was women, which was far ahead of any other top law school. It attracted people who had had other experiences in life. Today, that diversity is shown in the international character of the school.
The notion that public interest is at the heart of what lawyering is all about goes back at least 50 years at NYU to when Arthur Vanderbilt helped create the Root-Tilden program. I think at NYU the concept of public interest is understood broadly. Not only what a lawyer does, what is possible, and how you go about your practice, wherever it may be.
There's something about NYU and New York City, I think, that attracts a certain kind of person.
You have students that want to save the world, you have students that want to rule the world.
From the first time that I visited, I just was really drawn into the energy of the students and of the professors.
Everybody has a sense that we're all in it together.
Morale is tremendously high because people feel that they are a part of the university, that it's looking out for them.
The faculty has improved immensely. It's just stunning.
I think there's a difference between being lectured and having a professor really take interest in you. And I think they do here.
The physical plant has become much more enjoyable as a result of our renovations. Location, location, location.
Washington Square Park is like our big lawn, and because so many of the faculty live nearby and around the school, we're all here a lot.
I think it's that sense of community that renders the law school both a happy place to be when you're a law student here, but also one that gives you fond memories and that continues to support you even as a lawyer.
We all have to commit to law, but when you commit to law sometimes you can forget about the human complexities, the human problems, the human struggles that shape the law, that require the law. And NYU, I think, cares very deeply about making sure that our students don't ignore the complexities, don't ignore the struggles and the histories that create conflict, that create tension, that create a need for a judicial system and lawyers and people who care about fairness.
NYU Law School does not have a narrow mission. It is and needs to be part of the larger world.
We're not an ivory tower. We don't live in an ivory tower. We don't want to be in an ivory tower.
If we want to fulfill our mission of training leaders for the future, they have to have a strong sensitivity for how the U.S. legal regime interacts with legal regimes of other countries and of the international community.
Right now, NYU is the leading institution in the United States, arguably the leading institution in the world of legal academia, in the teaching of international law.
Of the 270 or so public service jobs that we fund for first-year students, 70 of them have taken jobs overseas.
That PIC funding not only allowed me an incredible opportunity to go and work in West Africa, but it also provided, I really do think, these refugees a chance that I didn't see anybody else taking.
In just about any of our classrooms on any given day, maybe 20–25% of the classroom will be students from all over the world.
The USJD students have to interact with these other ways of thinking.
The presence of a critical mass of students from all over the world changes the sensibility of the classroom, changes the sensibility of the teacher, changes the content, and ultimately the success of the legal education one gets in that classroom.
In our graduating class, we had a large amount of individuals who continued the public interest path from the beginning.
I just graduated last Friday, and this fall I'll be starting as a judicial clerk for a district court judge in Washington, D.C. After I clerk, I'm not sure yet what I will do, but I know that because of the loan repayment assistance program, I won't be constrained to choices that pay high enough salaries for me to pay back all of my loans.
I think it challenges us all to recognize that our profession is uniquely imbued with an obligation to act in the interest of the public, even as we represent clients, whether they are indigents or corporations.
We've got to be ultimately committed to doing the right thing, even when the right thing is the hard thing. And I think in the courses, in the relationships that faculty have with students, in the curriculum, in the values that this institution represents, that's core, that's central. This idea that that there has to be, at the end of the day, something that gets us closer to a just society, gets us closer to equality, gets us closer to fairness.